I was talking to my dad on the phone, and I was telling him some of my jokes, and he wasn't laughing. And I pointed that out, and I said, you know, you're not laughing. He said, well, why don't you work on those jokes, and I'll work on my laughing. So then we're hanging out with my grandma, who's 103 years old, still lives on her own. She's pretty amazing. And we told her that story. My dad is there too, and I told her the story, and I told my grandma, I said, but people really do laugh at my jokes. And she turned to me and she said, people do stupid things. Right. Thanks, Grandma.
I am so excited to introduce our keynote speaker. Brian Carter is a popular speaker and the #1 best-selling author that you've probably seen on Bloomberg TV. Please, let's give a big welcome to Brian Carter.
But I got to stand out, you know, as a keynote speaker, a marketing agency, whatever. You guys got to stand out in your business, right? For your customers. How do we do that? The problem is all our customers are listening to WIIFM. You know what that is? What's in it for me? Okay? So why should people care about me or about you? We only have a chance if we connect our stuff to what they care about. What do Americans care about in general? They want to have a sense of luxury. People love bacon, right? We've covered that. That's Kevin Bacon made out of bacon. Yeah. People want to have a sense of awe in their lives. People like babies, right? I think we should wrap babies in bacon, personally. All right, so now you're not just a customer anymore, you're a friend. So here's what happened to me. I got shorted a burrito at Taco Bell. So I went on Twitter. I said, hey, they shorted me a burrito. They said, here, Brian, go here. We'll give you 2 free burritos. I said, Taco Bell, you're the best. Taco Bell said, no, Brian, you're the best. That's just phase 1, right? Customer service. Next, shared activities, right? So I said, hey, Taco Bell, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. You? Nothing. Hey, you want to go make fun of people at the mall? Yeah. So we did. We went to the mall. We got these great photos together. We had a great time. Harvard Business Review studied 51,000 leaders and found that only 1 in 2,000 of the leaders who were disliked were able to be effective. So if you want to lead somebody anywhere, including into a sale, you have to be likable. Things change. AI is just the latest, greatest, biggest, newest change in our world, and we got to deal with it. This is Neil Young and Neil old. Something changed in his face. Happens to all of us. And to move forward in life, business, government, we need to have more than one idea. If this is this cat's only idea, he's going out of business. You've got to be willing to fail. Michael Jordan said, I failed over and over and over again. That's why I succeeded. One thing we do know about Apple is that their stores are amazing, right? Their packaging is amazing. Even their associates are called geniuses. They have an ad that says the first thing we ask is, how do we want our customers to feel? What do we want them to feel? Love, surprise, connection, delight, and then we design to that intention. I was honored a few years ago to get to come out here to DC to the National Academy of Sciences. I got to work with like Pew Research and the Bureau of Labor and Deloitte on this project about generational labels. I'm not going to talk much about generations, but it's an example of how labeling people can be stereotyping, right? And what we came up with is basically like, yeah, they might be kind of a heuristic, like, oh, I understand these people sorta, but people don't always fall into those categories and those characterizations, right? So what we came up with is basically assumptions drive us apart, curiosity brings us together. And this goes back to personalization again and the impact you can have with people, the likability. The more that you know about the people in front of you, the more you talk to them, ask them questions, the more impact you're going to have. AI is valuable because it gets us more of what we value. AI can help us with all of that. It has huge potential. Here's a big example. We value health and life and our loved ones. Houston Methodist has an AI system that can detect breast cancer earlier, right, and save lives. It's faster than doctors and 99% accurate. Super valuable. So let's look, like, how are businesses using AI? It might surprise you that 50% of businesses are already using AI.
Why hire Brian? His unmatched industry research and audience understanding yield keynotes that feel tailor-made. He balances humor with transformative insights, making complex topics accessible. Audiences leave equipped to create change, often saying, "You're the first external speaker who really understood our industry."
So, as you can tell already, this presentation is 45% funny pictures I found online. 20% making fun of young people, 20% making fun of myself, 20% math mistakes. Add that up. And 5% being respectful to old people, which means, if you total that up, 110%. I'm giving you guys 110%. So I don't want to hear any complaints. All right. I've established I was a nerd. Maybe I'm still a nerd. You can judge. But I learned this lesson I did not really want to learn as a nerd, which is that emotions are more powerful than intellect. Okay? This is our dog, Brad Pitt. He was so good looking, we had to name him Brad Pitt. But that made things weird, because then Brad Pitt was hanging around my wife. Brad Pitt was kissing my wife. But Brad Pitt won our hearts. He won my heart because, he's a great dog. And he won my heart just like a great company will win your heart emotionally, right? So if you're marketing intellectually and your competitor is marketing emotionally, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight, and you're going to lose. So Brad Pitt's no longer with us. He died of canine leukemia, but he lives on in our hearts, just like great companies do. Even when CEOs and employees change, they live on in our hearts, right? You'll see grandfathers and grandsons sharing a Coke. You'll see fathers and sons sharing a Guinness. They're bonding with each other. They're bonding with the brand, right? If you want to guarantee long-term customer loyalty, go for the heart. My question for you guys is, how are you making your customers feel? Thank you.